Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, and my friends, we're going to be continuing with the Dragon Ball FighterZ upcoming balance patch train of thought, as in today's video we're going to discuss this thing and this thing only. Should there be nerfs in the upcoming balance patch for Dragon Ball FighterZ? Now here's the big thing. So Dragon Ball FighterZ, over the course of its lifetime, definitely a lot of ups and downs when it comes to balance, right? Both on the system end of things and on the character end of things. But right now, in Season 3, we're basically the best off we've ever been as far as just general balance of the game is concerned. Like, yes, absolutely, we got characters that need some love, 100%. Characters that are not as good, we've already made quite a few videos discussing those folks, and we definitely have a more established top tier, right? Certain characters that are definitely just better than other characters, like your UI Gokus and your Kid Boos of the world. They're definitely a lot better off than the majority of the cast. But that said, does that mean they are nerf worthy? Well, hey, let's talk about it. So when we take a character like a Kid Buu, because I think this is a good example here, in Season 1 Dragon Ball FighterZ, he was busted as all get out, right? In Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, he's still pretty busted, honestly. Like, he's received nerf after nerf after nerf, and he's gotten a lot of stuff taken away from him over the course of this game's life, right? And he's still one of the best characters in this game, but the way the characters in this game are currently now at the top is not overwhelming. Like, competitive wise, would you rather a Kid Buu over, say, like a Blue Vegeta? Yeah, sure, probably, right? You'd definitely rather him over like that or Videl or something. But the tiers are much more compressed. The tiers are a lot closer together now than basically at any other given point in this game's history. And yes, there's still a lot of work to be done to bring up those people, you know, that need help to be closer to those top tier guys, right? But it's certainly a lot better off than we were in Season 1, where we had like full power Android 16, full power Kid Buu, and then we had someone like, you know, launch version of Beerus, which was, he definitely wasn't the best off, to say the least, right? So with all that said, okay, so if there is to be nerfs to the top characters in this game, then they should basically be small nerfs, adjustments, not just taking the hammer out and breaking your legs. And no, I guess that's not a Super Saiyan Goku joke. Hopefully that gets changed up, right? But yeah, so I guess I'm in favor of small tweaks downwards for some people, just to take a bit of the edge off. But then the questions are, if anyone is to be just, you know, slightly tweaked downwards, then who are the culprits that need looking at? Someone like a Bardock. Oh my lord, Bardock and Dragon Ball FighterZ, even people who don't play this game know all about Bardock, right? But at this point of the game's life, Bardock, the wild beast that he is, has been mostly tamed. Is he better than a lot of the characters in this game? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But does he need to be, like, nerfed anymore at this point? Nah, not really. Other people, I know a lot of people will probably say Z Broly, Big Broly, right? And you know what? To that I say, grow up. Grow up. He doesn't need to be nerfed. But besides that, I would just say probably base Vegeta and UI Goku. That'd be the big things. Other top tier terrors like Kid Buu, he's fine. He's better than most of the people, but I personally, I guess, wouldn't change anything about him now. But you know what? If he got nerfed again, he'd survive. He's already survived so many nerfs, who knows? He'd be fine. It'd be good. So what would I change? Well, for base form Vegeta, he's got a lot of really good stuff, obviously enough, right? But the big thing I always see people complain about is just EX Rocket Kick. The one thing I would change, if I were to change anything about this move, you know, a move being good in and of itself is not a crime, right? So I don't want to cripple it, but I would just say this. After he makes contact with the enemy, it just slow his momentum down. So he's -5, so it's not punishable, but it shouldn't be his turn anymore. But -5 at this far away, who cares? Like, honestly, it's not a big deal. Like, might as well not really be anything. So after a successful block, just dump him out in front of the enemy so he can actually take advantage of the fact that he lost his turn, right? Because losing your turn, quote-unquote, with these frame data at this distance is not a penalty. So yeah, I would just say blocked, then just dump him out in front of the enemy, then all of a sudden you at least got to slow down for a second. That would be the change I would make the EX Rocket Kick. UI Goku is a hard thing, because let's get real here. They absolutely designed UI Goku out of the gate to be a strong character. They didn't go in development. It's like, well, if he turns out alright, he turns out alright. They went in with, let's make him strong and let's give him a lot to work with. So what I would personally change is this. Is UI Goku, the grab, is just a little bit slower. As it stands, the grab and the punch both hit on the same frame. And it's difficult to assess which one's going to be which, especially online, right? And the strike, on top of being a strike, is also plus on block. So if you get blocked, then you're still in the blender effectively, right? Someone who I find comparable would be someone like Goku Black, who's obviously not as good as UI Goku. And the Zamasu grab into the beam is also 31 frames. So it comes in at just as fast of a time as this here. And it doesn't have the whole, flip mix-ups, the double flip mix-ups, all that kind of fun stuff. Like, this stuff's difficult to deal with, right? And I, very much intentionally, very much on purpose. But if the grab itself were to hit later, or just even both moves, if they were just to hit a couple frames later, just a little bit more slow, just a little bit more time to visually assess what's happening, I think that'd be a very fair change for a character that already has the world to work with. So that's some of my personal thoughts on the matter anyways. We've gotten to this point in Dragon Ball FighterZ life where, once again, I honestly think this is the most balanced the game's ever been, and with the upcoming balance patch, there is a good ability to make this even more tight, even more balanced yet. But we definitely don't want to go too crazy on nerfing people just because they're a bit better, right? Like, there's no point in nerfs just for the sake of nerfs. We definitely don't want to do that. But still, maybe some people can be brought down a peg, and that's basically where I'm tossing it to you right now, the viewer at home. Please, in the comments below, if you think, one, there should be nerfs at all, let me know, because, I think some of you don't want to see any nerfs, just buffs, right? But if you do want to see some nerfs, if you want to see some tweaking down, then also post in the comments below what you think those changes should be. Other than that, I guess we're just spinning our thumbs. We're waiting for that Dragon Ball show that's going to showcase Master Roshi. We're waiting on Roshi in the patch, which will be sometime in September, which it is now September, so hopefully sooner rather than later. But I guess I'm just rambling at this point, so that's the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.